I'm getting a lot of emails and messages asking me about the security of using the cryptocurrencies or saving cryptocurrencies in a wallet which is actually into a web-based wallet or some kind of applications which can be installed in mobile devices or anything like that. But how secure it is, or do we gonna lose all the money if we invest that into cryptocurrency, or India is gonna ban the cryptocurrency or things like that. This is the one of the. However, the constitutional decision is not on my hand. One thing Indian government has to do is that they have to grow up to understand that crypto economy has a very big deal and it can make a very big boom in economy. So banning those things are not a solution. Even if you ban it, people who want to deal with the cryptocurrencies, they still do it. And because it's a international entity, because internet is an international entity, and in a decentralized world, everyone is the part of that. So that is the one thing we should understand. So better is like government is having uh, a study of how to control the crypto trades and how to understand that space much better. So however, that is not my issue. What I am concerned about is this: people who are approaching me about the prediction regarding the holdings they have and the amount of the money they are investing in cryptocurrency, and while they are saving that in their wallet or um, any kind of applications that is been installed on their computer or their mobile devices and things like that. And the general concern is this: how secure is this, or how secure it is, and whether it is able to hack easily and take all the crypto money out of their wallet. So, one thing I would like to say is this: every transaction which is happening in crypto world is being actually recorded in a blockchain. So, it is easy to figure out who took money out from your wallet, rather than that of you are not knowing who took the money out of your wallet. So, however, there is there is a security concern, like attackers may take all your credentials from your computer or the devices which you are using. Making a note of this idea or this concern of the getting hacked or getting stealed of the credentials which you are having, I would like to talk about some three to four things in the cyber security space. So one thing is like better to use a Linux based distribution. We all know Windows is very volatile, and there is a lot of hack is been happened, like supply chain hack which is been happened recently, and the Chinese attack which has been happened recently. So things like that, because in Windows we may not be knowing who had hacked our supply chain. So that thing is been actually happened, we all know what was happened and what was the issue which is been happened in Windows based distribution. So one thing I would suggest you to use any kind of Linux based distribution, or at least use um, uh, any kind of um, um any kind of third party services which is like virtual machines to host the to host the other OSs. And so one thing you should be stick with is this is the usage of Linux based distribution in your local system, or at least the wallet which would you like to install uh, to do the transaction of the cryptocurrencies. It should be any kind of Linux based distribution that will add an extra layer of security to your transaction. Other thing is like browsing the internet. So there is a lot of tools which is something like beef that an attacker can pretend that the website is something else rather than that of the website you are visiting. On in that way the attacker can take all the credentials from you and show you something else. So in that scenario better to use a browser which is like something like Brave web browser or things like that, so that it will actually block all the trackers which is coming to your machine, and how many you can actually monetize how many trackers is been blocked. Also Brave has a crypto wallet installed along with this particular browser, so that it will be easy to deal with the cryptocurrencies in a Brave web browser. Also it has an inbuilt IPFS protocol, so that you can browse the websites those are hosted on using the dynamic hashing method. So that is the other way I would like to tell you, like use the Brave web browser. And if you don't like to browse any kind of vulnerable website that could generate a false positive to you, you could actually use something like a Tails OS. This OS entirely run on in a thumb drive, which you could actually connect to your computer. And this if you use Tails OS to browse other website, all the data upstream and downstream data which goes through this particular OS will be through a Tor based distribution. So that will actually increase the amount of security which you are having while you are dealing with the cryptocurrency. Like to point out five main security concerns which you should be taking while dealing with cryptocurrencies. One thing is like use the first thing, use the two factor authentication method for any kind of applications which you are dealing with, like whether it will be a DigitalOcean, whether it should be your email ID or whatever. Try to use two factor authentication wherever is possible. And the second one is like use Tails OS to browse possible vulnerable websites that could generate a false positive or things like that. Any website which could be generating any kind of false positive and sort of stuffs like that. Um, and if you are okay, you should try to use any kind of Linux based distribution, or to as an OS, like either it will be an Ubuntu or Arch Linux or whatever it is. Try to use a Linux based distribution to browse other stuffs. um, to browse internet, try to use Brave browser as max as possible, so that you could actually Brave browser has a feature where it will actually tell you how many trackers are working on what, and all these trackers are doing, and all those things we could actually see on the Brave browser. Also it has an built-in IPFS feature which will allow you to browse IPFS directly without using other protocols such as HTTP, HTTPS or things like that. um, and if you are experimentative kind of guy, like if you want to experiment with the different codes that possibly could have inbuilt backdoor in that particular code, to experiment with those kind of code, try to use virtual machines. So these are the five main things I will actually tell people who are actually using cryptocurrencies or other medium of transaction or an investment method.